Live.
And we're live. Hello everybody. So, welcome to TWL, and we have a big night, don't we? We've got, we're going to talk. Steve and I went to, on vacation per se. I love how you roll your eyes on that. We went to a big MAD event in Washington, D.C. My first time there. So it was exciting for that. And you haven't been there since you were 8, right?
Since elementary school.
Right. So it was all new to us. So you're going to see some photos about that, about what we did there and everything. And then, and our time at the Natural History Museum, even though we went to many of them.
We went to several of the Smithsonian buildings, and it was quite phenomenal.
It really was. Then from there, we went to my sister's house in Seaside Heights, which is, of course, where they filmed
Jersey Shore.
And we got to
Snippy's got a permanent chair there.
She does inside the beachcomber. It's hilarious. It says her chair, the one she was hit with when they punched her.
When they punched her in the face.
Yeah, they have a permanent chair.
She was there too.
It's crazy. I went over my head.
Well, she said, "Wow."
Oh, wow. She was hit. Wow, she was there.
Got it.
So it went over my head because I've never watched it, although I have seen her get hit on that. Anyways, so we went to my sister's house, and I'm so happy we went. We did not spend nearly enough time there, but we did manage to come across her neighbor. She introduced us to her neighbor, and her neighbor. I'm talking to you, Nikki. Can you notice that?
Yeah, I know.
Instead of the people.
Aim your face at the camera.
So her neighbor, Sherry, and we're going to talk about her. We're going to show you the stuff that we picked up. She is an amazing artist. And I'm going to read some of the quotes and everything, because not only is she very talented when it comes to art, but she's also very talented with the way she writes. But
funny gal.
Yes, and we got to spend time with my sister. Not nearly enough. We were only there for one day and for a couple hours, actually.
In her exotic backyard garden.
It was fantastic.
Bohemian.
It was fantastic. My sister has a green thumb that puts me to shame and anybody I know to shame, because she's just, it's crazy.
You really don't have a green thumb.
I used to. Huh?
Do we have pictures of the garden?
No, I did not put pictures up.
Tell her to send us some.
Well, I have some, and I didn't do a whole collage of that. But I did we left my sister's, because for Steve's birthday, who's coming up in October.
The only way it could rationalize the expense.
For Steve's birthday coming up in October.
November.
And on November, I don't know who I'm dating, apparently, or married to. In November 11th, I remember the day. We went to the TWA Hotel.
11/11, easy to forget.
Believe me, I can. So, and you wouldn't even believe that it's our anniversary today, right? Our 8-year anniversary today.
Yeah, congratulations.
Isn't that hilarious? 8 years anniversary and 24 years together.
Wow.
Today. Well, 24 years together last month, but married 8 years ago today.
Seems longer.
It sure does. And so can you tell we love each other? Isn't that hilarious?
So much.
So many people. My mother is watching.
Oh, hey, Marilyn.
Yes. Well, that's okay. So, as I'm dropping stuff, you're making me flutter. So, and no comments. My goodness. Listen to him. So, where was I? We went to the TWA Hotel, and I will cut that entire part out of the show.
Happens. He hasn't been on in a couple months now. He's
I know. So the TWA Hotel, if you're not aware, after we're bickering and everything, that's going to be a clip that he's going to send us. The TWA Hotel is amazing, is it not?
It truly was.
And we're going to get to that at the end of the show.
I've never spent that much on a room, but it was well worth it.
Yes. So let me go to MAD real quick. We went to Washington, D.C. We, as you all know, that I'm a speaker and a representative with MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, because I lost my family to a drunk driver in 1980. And so we went to Washington to talk to senators, to do all sorts of stuff, to
make the rounds on Capitol Hill.
Which was fascinating.
Truly was.
It truly was.
We got to walk around the Capitol itself, the building, the basement.
Yep. And we were timed because we had meetings, because we're pushing the HALT Act. And what the HALT Act is, and I'm not pushing this off, I'm just letting you know what we were doing there. The HALT Act will detect alcohol in your hands. your breath and your sight all at once. So there are already cars out there that do it based on your hands or that do it based on your breath. People blow to get the car to go. We were pushing it so that way we can stop it from happening before it happens. So therefore, if somebody who gets in the car intoxicated, the car won't even start. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And the law has already been passed.
The
law
law's
was
been
passed in
passed.
2019, and yet it still has
Mhm.
not been enacted. They haven't come up with a list of rules
Right.
to actually enact the law. But the law,
Yeah.
well, I shouldn't say enact. It's there. They just haven't made it work yet. And Mad was
Mhm.
there with representatives trying to speak to senators to try to get
Mhm.
them to initiate the ball for it to be actually implemented. They
Right.
need implementation. And if anybody thinks
Mhm.
about it and it's something that is near and dear to them, call your senator and ask them to enable the HALT Act.
Yes, the HALT Act is a bipartisan bill that was passed. And so therefore, we met with senators on both sides of the aisle, and he's throwing up a graphic, Senator Peters, and I forgot Long.
We met the gentleman. I had
Going
no
out of my
idea,
head.
because of the population of Michigan, this other senator, I forgot his name, Republican, he is all of the UP and the top third of
That's a
the
lot of space.
Lower Peninsula.
And
It's
he lives
his
all the way over.
territory.
That's all his territory. So, granted, there's not a lot of people who live in the UP. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe it
It was
wasn't.
just incredible.
Oh, I just thought
It
it
was
was
just incredible,
sound.
the size of his district.
Yes, but I'm going to tell you, they timed us, and you see the pictures up there with us and everything, but they timed us. That place is not small, and the people there, they hustle and bustle, and it doesn't matter what position you are. You've got to run from building to building. The Capitol building holds no offices, at least none we were
Well, they were
seeing.
in the basement. There was just a lot in the
Well,
basement.
there might be some in the basement, but
there
they
were a lot of committee rooms and things like
Yeah.
that. But what was really
they
fascinating
had us go to buildings
was
on
they
each
had
side.
their own shoe shine place.
They
They
did.
had their own credit union.
Yep.
They had their own post office.
They had their own nursing station.
For daily, everyday life. They don't have to leave that building.
Not at all.
Everything's there.
Great.
Plus, they don't have to go outside because there's tunnels connecting all
Everything's
those
on
buildings
site.
underneath.
Everything's on site to make
And
it easy for
trams
them.
and everything. But I'm going to tell you, if you're going to go to Washington, whether you're going to Capitol Hill for anything that is politically driven, or you're going just to visit the sights and sounds, because I say go, because I was blown away by the history in Washington. Maybe we should do an icon
Agreed.
series in Washington, D.C., because some of those buildings are just mammoth. The Lincoln
Oh,
Memorial. It was unbelievably huge.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the statue's big enough, and you kind of have a sense of that. But then when you're walking up to like the thing,
It's
that it
nuts.
houses it is like the perfect.
But it was so much fun, and it was just such a fun experience running, because you get to see this senator, you have to be there at 10 o'clock. Then your
All the
next
meetings were
senator
half an hour apart.
is at 10:30, but they don't really allow you time to get from one building to another.
Like catching a connecting flight.
Right.
And we left early because I caught a cold.
Yes, we did. We bypassed our Manhattan. We were going to go into Manhattan and do a few things, but Steve started getting sick when we were at TWA, so we came home so that he could heal, and we'll just go back to Manhattan another time. You know what I mean? Because I love Manhattan.
But if anybody isn't familiar with the TWA Aero Saarinen terminal, the JFK, that was converted into a hotel, check it out, look it up.
Yep.
It's incredible.
You know what I'll say is
What's that?
I love Manhattan too, and
Mhm.
maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because if you go back, to me, October in Manhattan is the best time.
Absolutely.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Nope.
Beautiful for walking.
Yep.
I just fall for me.
Yeah, but that'd still be a year
Awesome.
off.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So
it ain't going to be next month.
Can I have you throw up the picture of us with Senator Peters and the senators? Okay, so in the bottom corner of the picture that I have up, that is Rana Abbas. Okay, her family, if you guys remember correctly, in 2017, her sister and her sister's husband, her brother-in-law, and 3 children were all killed by a drunk driver driving up I-75 coming home from Florida in Kentucky, and it wiped out the entire family. So her and I would sit our families, mine in 1980, hers in 2017, and say, this can't happen anymore. So she is posted down there. Her name is in the HALT Act, the A, Abbas, because she fought with Debbie Dingle to get this passed. And so it is one of the best bills I have seen, and it will save so many lives.
And one stat they did point out that in the 5 years or 6 years that this has not been enabled, an average of 30,000 people die from drunk driving every year. So that is 180,000 lives that are gone, affected, just because this hasn't been enacted. It really needs to be done.
Yeah. So read up on it, think about it. It is something that can save your lives, because today, Devin, I had somebody come in. I speak at victim impact panels, which are first and second offenders come, and they are required by court to come to me. And I describe and talk about the consequences of drinking and driving. And Devin sent me a message a month ago, thanking me for he said that VIP changed his life. He came in today to shake my hand and to say thank you in person. Did he not?
Yes, he did.
And so it's that. And I'm quite clear. I'm my biggest thing is we are all human and we make mistakes. It's what we do after those mistakes that build our character. So it made me feel good. Is he going to be perfect? Probably not. But you know what? He's learned. Hopefully, he's learned his lesson.
But your message got through, and what a perfect way to come home from all
Right.
that work you just did
to see that.
why.
Yep.
And just 2 points to make. We're not talking politics.
No, not at all.
This is not
This is
politics.
all
This
only
is
this.
simple human beings.
And it's the only time you're going to see this, because we are going to talk about the product, and we're going to talk about the fun stuff, and we're going to talk about all that. But I felt it was necessary to show these pictures and to show the pictures and to say we are fighting to save your guys' life.
And Washington, D.C. itself was incredible. There's so much to see there.
It's a place to go on vacation.
It was really incredible. All the Smithsonian buildings are free. Everything's free for the Smithsonian, which was just incredible, the amount of things.
I'm going to give you all a bit of advice. If you stay north of the Greenbelt, the National Mall. Stay north of the National Mall, because if you need a drugstore, good luck. If you stay south of the National Mall, you can't find one. We had to go 2.5 miles.
It's hard to find stores and things that cater just to personal needs closer to the Capitol, and we were closer to the Capitol.
Okay, so enough of Mad. And although we do have a walk this Saturday, so if you're not doing anything, come to Royal Oak Normandy Park and you will see us. We will be there until 2 o'clock when we have to be back here.
One other thing regarding that, MAD doesn't want you not to drink.
No.
MAD just doesn't want you to drink and drive.
No, that's exactly it.
They're not saying don't drink.
Yep.
Everybody can drink.
Yep.
Just don't drink and drive.
Yep.
With all the avenues now to get
You're right.
Say to place B, there should be no
so much
excuse to not
easier.
do.
You know what? One thing I tell my my students, I'm picking at something. Hi, everybody. Is it is cheaper and less humiliating to actually fall asleep in the bushes and get thrown in a drunk tank.
Cheaper too, probably.
Way cheaper.
Because they let you out in the morning with a slap on the wrist.
People don't realize that DUI, that's 5 figures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. So now we're going to talk about product, and we're going to talk about what most of you are probably more interested in hearing, which I hope more of you like the other more so. We're going to walk over here. Shall we head over? So Steve's going to come on that side of you. Have we switched?
Yeah.
All right. So you see some product here. So this is stuff, and I'm going to let Steve. Can you see Steve?
Yep.
Come over a little bit more. And then when she talks, when you show the product, we'll move him back and stuff. All right. So like I said, we went to my sister's house, and her neighbor came over because she wanted to meet me. Lovely lady, Sherry, and her husband, I forgot his name, Hank. And so Sherry and Hank came over, and we were chatting and everything. And then I will let Steve take over, because I did not know that even this stuff existed until you went out and outside or off walking and looking in the garden with Hank.
Well, someone had mentioned something about getting things out to take to the flea market. And my ears immediately perked up.
The word flea market.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's this all
Treasure
about?
hunting even on vacation.
And you never know where you're going to find one. And so I asked Hank for the tour of the sheds, and he took me through multiple sheds. And in one of them, I saw crate of all these skulls, these really cool metallic painted skulls. And we started
Which one?
talking, and he started telling me about all the other things that Sheri does. Sheri makes the casts for these concrete, and these are all concrete skulls.
Mhm.
She makes the casts for them, and then she paints them, and then she uses the same cast and then recasts to add the adornments.
Yeah.
So she makes multiple kinds out of the
Mhm.
same basic mold. But then she started talking about the stuff that she did inside. And she took me inside and started showing me her collection of pieces that she had done that are pictured here. And I was just blown away by the detail, the color, the use of texture and shade. I've seen these before. They're considered mixed media, upcycle art bottles, but I've never seen any with this kind of detail and this kind of finish, this kind of completeness. The way they're smoothed and feathered and layered,
Which we
I
will
just
show
thought
you
they
up
were
close.
incredible.
We will
So
show you
we
up
want
close.
to show you that.
I thought it was funny too because he comes running out and he looks at me and he goes, "We're buying some stuff," and I was like, "What? You walked into the backyard?" I'm like, "What are we buying?" He
I'm
goes,
like,
"We're buying some
We
stuff." And
got
I
to
was
go
like,
next door. You got to come into our house.
I'm like,
So
"Okay."
she took him in
So-
the house too and started showing him more than she showed me. And
So
I
Sheri,
was
did you
just
throw up
baffled.
her bio, the first one,
You want that one?
the picture with all the writing on it? So I asked her to send me a little bio. And
She's a hoot.
She's a hoot. She's a lot of fun. And this is what she put up. But this is Sheri that you see on she's the artist here. And what did she say? Why did she have all this stuff there? Because she's trying to sell it there. And for some reason,
people didn't appreciate it.
there. And Steve was like, yeah.
So,
So
I'll take it
everything
all.
good with the cameras?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry. So, yeah. But I was like, where are you buying something? You went into the backyard.
Right? Like, are we taking plants? What's happening?
Right. And then, she starts showing this. And I want to say, you can pop up the other one with the bubbles. Some of her quotes in here was that I thought was hilarious is a 1930s dictionary gets decoupaged into my living room wall. I think that's hilarious. And I love that because in her house, she actually did it. So, and then nothing is safe from my imagination. And that's just the way I like it.
And I know exactly how that is.
Yes, you do.
Because I also make a part of my living upcycling left behind precious items.
Right, exactly. And then the other one was Andy Warhol said it best when he said, don't think about making art, just make it and allow those who look at it to decide if it's good or not. And love it or hate it, while they are deciding, make even more art. And so she lives by that, and it's clear because when you walk through her house and you listen to her talk, and I kind of like when I listen to you talk about your art, it's the passion in it is quite clear.
The excitement.
And the excitement. And I mean, she makes other stuff too. This is just a small sampling. The mushrooms, the garden
She makes concrete mushrooms, but we got to figure out how to get concrete here.
Yep, let me show you some.
So you guys at least kicked off spooky season perfectly.
Exactly,
all
right?
Of these are just gonna not last until Halloween. But yeah, with mushrooms and like other garden art, we got a whole nother season in the spring.
Well, she made concrete skulls that were like 18 inches tall.
Actually, let me show this bottle because this gives you an idea of what she does.
That one's very detailed.
It's very detailed, and you can see the original bottle in it right here, right? More, and you can see the original bottle, and then she puts all of this on it. It doesn't come off. It does not come off. It is attached to it.
And it's not like barely stuck there with hot glue. There's no seams behind it where you could put a knife behind it and pop it off. I mean, these are feathered and layered and textured to be smooth and uniform.
This one looks like leather
What's the
in the
price on
background.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they run anywhere from. I just hear the door. I
So.
thought I heard the door. They run anywhere from what's the lowest?
Like 25?
Like 25 up to 60, depending on which
Bottle-wise,
one.
but some of the
Bottle-wise.
little skulls,
Oh, yeah.
we've got
Skulls.
cats and other like paperweight
$9.
type size things.
I mean, that's awesome.
We have a
$9,
price point for everybody on
Yeah.
those things.
15.
Wow.
See, so there's different price points, and remember, we run sales all the time. Right now, it's 20% off the whole store,
So, yep.
and then 30% if you send
We
100
don't
or
keep
more.
anything back when we
But
do
you're
sales.
right. This looks like leather. And look at the mushrooms. Look at that. And then on the back, you have that little peekaboo skull, which is perfect. And I mean, this was a great gift for Halloween. If you're going to a Halloween party, this would be something to hand to the
Yeah, you can get
host.
a regular old bottle of witch's brew wine, but these ones have the flip top corks, so you could take, you know, some hot cider or wine to put on the stove and share with everybody. And I love that are decorated on all sides.
Right, that's
because
like this.
Some people have like the pass-through cabinet that goes from the dining room to the kitchen. You see both sides of it, so not everything just gets set on a mantle with one
getting them
display
close
side.
enough? I can't tell.
Yeah, there's a 20-second delay.
Yeah, I love that she.
Can you hear her?
She puts accents on all the sides of
and
the
I love the colors.
Yeah,
and
I love the metallic colors.
Beautiful.
So
this is a good one.
This is a great one. This is the Equinox, right?
Like moon phases, yeah.
Moon phases, yeah.
But it's all sparkly.
But then you turn it around, you got the peekaboo skull on the back, her trademark.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it's got the gem in it. These are fantastic, and they're great to set around, especially if you have a witch's cabinet or just love this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Where's the treasure chest? This is a good one.
This
the
one?
Pirate themes
The treasure
are awesome.
chest.
Oh, yeah, the pirate themes. Look at that.
Oh, trust me.
Look at
I'm
the treasure
thinking of
chest.
Right here.
My Renaissance Festival friends, like
Mhm.
carrying these around in
That's
their
all
pirate
hand
garb.
done.
It's all hand done. Now, the only regret I have is that I didn't pick up black candles because I think that, or candles in these would also work.
Oh, tapers. And
Yeah, tapers and let them
Forget
go
the
down a little
Harley.
bit. So
Oh, yeah, that one's
if you're
special.
not into a lot of the more earthy or witchy type stuff, Harley Davidson. It's a Harley Davidson jar with the skull
and
the full moon and everything. So he's taking a drive out. Look at that. That's fantastic. So we have all of these so far, including like something as simple as the cat, right?
Concrete cat doorstop.
So people say, what can I do with this? What can I do with this concrete thing? Well, have you ever heard of a door opener? Something that you put in front of your door?
Doorstop.
Doorstop, I mean. Oh, was my volume
recite
on?
Hamlet too, if you really want to.
It's yours. Can you turn your phone down?
Oh, that's me.
Or it's her. So if you hear garble, it's her fault. No, I'm kidding.
I have to see how you can hear us.
No, I need that.
So
Was it
this
Old
right
York?
here
I
is
knew
heavy.
well.
It's heavy, but what it does is it's great for a door stop to hold your door open. It's great to put on your table outside. We have one on our table outside.
Not anymore. I brought it in.
Oh, okay.
But I would say reiterate again that is concrete.
It's concrete. It's heavy.
But most things that you see like that are just plastic.
It is.
Yeah.
No,
Or, it's just a very cheaply made thing.
the heavier ones are
It's
made
very
for
heavy.
outside.
Yeah, I would
To put 'em
assume
outside.
a lot of these could be garden art.
Yeah.
I would personally bring them in the winter just because Michigan's so hard on cracking things in the cold,
Is that a
and
top?
maybe give them an extra
Yeah, but
clear
that one
coat
glows in the dark.
just in
too.
case.
This glows in the dark?
Yeah, the
Show
beads
that.
on top and some of the paint.
Okay.
That one's
so this one glows in the dark. The beads on top, and then the paint, the moon probably, and some of Saturn. But this is, and it will glow in the dark, and it's got a lid. Can the lid come off, or have you guys taken it off?
Messed with
I
it.
haven't
taken
tried
it
to, but
Trinket jar.
yep.
That
Stash
blue,
jar.
can you show the blue skull?
The blue, this one,
Or whatever.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
such a cool.
isn't that
Pretty
cool?
cool.
They come in different
If
colors.
that's not Skeletor, He-Man,
Right?
Masters Universe. I don't know
Yes.
what is. I mean, that's
It totally is.
Very mystic.
Yep. So even in your toy room, because adults have them, that could sit in there. The moon and sun.
That's a good one.
The 90s celestial astrology
Mhm.
decor is coming back, and that just screams it.
And look, it's got the
sun and moon
bottle
stuff.
up top. I cannot believe people over there did not buy these from her.
You know, it's funny the markets, but I mean, you guys. I
Concrete.
came in this morning and it was all on the counter, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, my
A customer walked right up and goes, "I want this one," and we're like, "They're not
We
priced
haven't
yet."
even done anything with them yet, and they were
Yeah.
ready to be flying out the door.
So there's all sorts of stuff, and even so a lot to choose from. But we do have doubles of a lot of these, so there are more back there than what you see here, but not a ton. So they're
Some
going
of
to
them
go
are
fast.
only one of.
Yeah, they're fairly limited.
Yeah.
Some of the special ones we definitely only have one.
But she
so-
did say that if there's a hot seller, she can make us more.
Absolutely. And I loved your idea with these little skulls.
Yes.
These little skulls is to turn them into incense burners, because I think that would be great. Put it in the mouth
Put a
and let
little,
it drop into
drill a little hole in the
a little
nose.
hole.
Yeah, and maybe she
Um,
can start making them that way. You just pop the stick in and.
Exactly. Now these are concrete. You could easily, if you're doing your stepway or whatever leading up to your door, you could bury these and just have the faces shown,
Oh yeah.
because they're concrete, and that would be cool. So we have those. So Sheri, some of her stuff is she's always been an artist. I don't remember a time in my life when I wasn't creating something. As a teen, I painted Italian plateware for my family. You probably did the same thing. Or on, she would paint on scarves and do body painting during Key West Fantasy Fest. She would do stuff like that. Anytime she could express her art. And so anybody who has that much talent in them, I have to show.
That much vision.
That much vision. I mean, these are beautiful.
And each one is so different than the others.
Mhm.
I mean, some of them have the commonality of the skull, but I mean, outside of that, they're so dramatically
The
different.
textures, the colors, the little buttons, and
The shadow, the use of the colors.
And this one's very natural and creative.
This is, of course, a good one for a bachelorette party, maybe, or just because you want a conversation piece. But it
Or
is what
display
you think
next
it
to your
is. It's,
statue
we
of
call it the
David.
penis vase. But it, she made this, and
It's life size, right? Is that just me?
I hope not.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I'm like, I hope not. I want a clip of that.
N-
No,
now
I'm
we know
kidding.
why she's divorcing you.
Aw.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're mean when you're back on
Of
the
course,
show.
it's all play and fun.
White elephant gift.
A white elephant
Would
gift?
be
Oh, that's
fabulous.
perfect.
That would
Yes,
be
a white elephant
everyone
gift.
would be fighting over
They
that one.
would be fighting over this, and we got 2 of these. So, you know, check out. I mean, these are so much fun. If I was going to a party and I knew that the party throwers were, you know, had fun personalities and dirty minds, this would be a great gift.
Mhm.
You know, something like that. You put a pink candle in it, and
It's
you're
much
good to
more
go.
socially acceptable than it was 20 years ago.
Please, that's Sunday afternoon on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Can't face
so
people anymore.
No, that's nothing now.
right, but well, yes, the size is pretty much nothing. But the and then we have these you can choose from, and then we tied these in with some of the other things that we have here. Like Nikki's been very busy. She's been here all week because we've been gone, and she made these. Tell me about these.
So,
I'll show them.
Yeah.
Steve is very good when he's out. He knows what the hot new things are. So if he comes across it on a buy, now these are probably more la foo than la boo boo, but they're cute and they're in pretty good shape. But they all had a couple little flaws, like they were missing some of their eyes. I don't know if people were messing with them, or you know, they opened them and found out they weren't. But since everybody's so hot on the Labubu's right now, we thought, what if we made them like taxidermy Labubu's and specimens in our oddity department, just like our other little critters and skulls and bugs and things. So Steve said kind of have fun with them because they're, you know, we don't want them to go to waste, but we got to do something different because they're not perfect. And so we got a Halloween one. We got like a little feral goblin forest one.
Very cool.
And they've got some like bat wings and antlers, and that one's very Halloween.
We need to put some more things on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are. What do you do? Do you take these things that are hot and popular, and do you throw them away because they've got some issues to them? I'm not a fan of throwing stuff away, as you can see, and so therefore, I knew Nikki could do something fantastic with them. You know, so
She did.
She did. She more than did. And they're hot right now. And you can find these on other sites as well, but you want ours. And so, and then we have these down here. So tell me about these.
So you guys have we've talked about my morbid moments before, but yet another thing that people discard and don't want and haven't held their value and need a new venue for
Look at that.
a different generation. So I took something cute and wholesome and kind of made them creepy. A lot of them are horror themed. A lot of them are pop culture themed. So I do a lot of like characters and stuff. So I take precious moments and repaint them into not so precious. Mine are called morbid moments, but I've got lots of Halloween related ones, scary movie ones. I've done Michael Myers. I've done.
You did
Chucky.
Reagan for me.
I did Reagan
the
from The Exorcist. Jason. So
yeah.
it's kind of along the same lines. Like it's a way of recycling items that would either get thrown away. I mean, you see them all over the shelves in the thrift store.
I see them everywhere.
Everywhere.
Now they're a fun creative outlet. Like it's funny. Like I saw a meme when I first started doing this that had a big display case full of them, and it said like boomer Funko Pops.
Actually, that might be an actual
And,
what they would
like,
be.
And it was
Yeah,
the
that's
same
what it
thing.
is.
Like they had to get one that represented each thing, and
Those
but
and
now,
Hummels are Boomer
yes,
Funko Pops.
Yes, and now I make them a little more
That's
relevant.
a good one.
Yeah, that is really good. I like that.
And
So
that's very true about there being so many of them out there. 'cause
there
I
is.
see them everywhere.
They were
I
so
get-
mass produced.
I get probably as many calls here at the store for Precious Moments as I do for Beanie Babies.
and collector plates.
And then what's the other one? Yadros?
Yardros, they still
They
can
have
be have
retained their
value
value
depending
a lot.
But
on
Hummels, I mean, you
only
should start
because
making.
Yardro was smart and discontinued their
Stop. Right.
yeah, and so those ones become popular and expensive. Their nail line, not so much.
But after 08, so many things took a dive after the crash in
Mhm.
08
Yeah.
that Royal Daltons,
Yep.
Hummels, Yardros to a large degree,
Mhm.
they lost value, but not as much as the others. But collector plates, a lot of your finer porcelains and chinas.
You know what? That's a good show. We will put together a show on things that used to be worth money.
Yeah.
Yeah. that is
Do you know what I mean?
Save
And
people a lot of time.
it will be because
Save
the-
us about 100 phone calls a week.
a day sometimes, because there are things that lose their value and that
Amonte.
that may not ever come back because they've lived their lifespan. So therefore, like Precious Moments, probably half these bottles she used, stuff like that. But I do have this over here because I wanted to show you, even though this is not something that was made by anybody, it's a
This is
homemade
homemade
piece.
ceramics.
But vintage ceramics are
Yes, they
Vintage
are
homemade
like
ceramics
this.
are.
Christmas
That's what most of the
trees,
Christmas
Halloween
trees are.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, people love vintage.
But
kitschy
some of the
ceramics
Christmas trees
now.
were sold new by
Oh,
pottery
by
companies.
companies.
Yes,
yeah.
oh, for sure.
I
But
never
a lot
forget
of
the
them
first
were
time
homemade.
I found one with its box, and it
Yeah.
was from an LA pottery company.
We are looking for a lava tree, a Christmas lava tree for a personal use. So
Same.
if anybody has one,
White and gold,
please let us know. I would like the pink one.
Of course you do.
Only because it's the rarest. So the reason I grabbed this was because I wanted to show that these bottles and the morbid moments, if you collect vintage homemade ceramics,
Mhm.
these tie right in. Look at
Well,
this.
and that one's very well painted. You can
Yeah.
find
Yep.
some badly done,
Yeah.
ceramics class.
This
artwork,
reminds me what you do on the weekends.
But that one's really, again, it all kind of ties together. Like we
Yeah.
have the pirate weekend at Redfest, and the pub
Mhm.
crawl there, and I'm thinking these bottles are really cool for the bars there, and
Mhm.
yeah.
But this type of stuff, and from a designer perspective or an architect perspective, I'm going to say that you want to mix this stuff together. You want to have new, old, and when I say new, I mean 2000s, 2013s, because buying new stuff can sometimes break before you even pick it up.
Yeah.
But mixing it all together, the different ages, the different sizes, I mean, these would look great with 70s. They actually kind of resemble a 70s look.
The metal paints give them
Yeah,
that late 60s,
but, like,
early 70s feel.
Your incense burners, your different things like that. So
Even the swung vases and
Yes.
lava lamps, I mean, they all kind of have that psychedelic,
yes,
and the colors would go with a lot of art glass.
they absolutely would. Now I'm going to jump back a minute. Can you put up that picture of the stones at the National Museum?
Yes.
Okay, so
Amethyst, turquoise.
yeah. So you're going to see stones. We were at the National,
The Smithsonian.
the Smithsonian, but the Natural History Museum, and we came across the rock room. This rock room here, and I forgot where I was going
They
with
had
this.
the Hope Diamond.
They did, but that type of rock room. Look at that! Isn't that nuts? That's crazy. Look at the ones that glow.
What is that purple one?
They're
That's
all
what I said. I
natural.
thought that
Which
one was
one?
like-
Blow it up and look at the
That
sign.
really, one that looks like an award.
Well, I can't see because I don't have my phone over here. But they're all natural stones, which would tie. If you like crystals and natural stones and stuff like that, this ties right in.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was getting at, color-wise.
absolutely.
The natural stones. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this. That's a big marijuana leaf. Very 70s,
Mm-hmm.
showing the marijuana plants.
Yeah, that bottle,
Very 70s,
Really cool.
right?
but very
You-
realistic. It's not.
Yes.
It's not like cheesy.
Well, it's funny because they have a big plant back there
hippie
too.
tie-dye.
But
That's why you were in the back garden.
but it looks very, very not. So it's got the pot leaves and then the buds on it and stuff. And this is very 70s. So if you have that 70s, 1969, 1970s hippie glam look going on, these would be ideal.
The wall tapestry.
I feel like I'm on
is-
QVC. These would be
Right.
Are we getting any bids? No, I'm kidding.
Should be.
Only 2 left. Hurry
Only
up.
2 left. Hurry up.
We need the rotating displays.
If there is only 2. What do? They
Only
look off the camera. There is only 2, right?
4 easy payments.
Oh, you mean I could drop it $1? Here you go. So that's what I felt like. But you can do mix and match these, and these aren't just for Halloween. These are for every day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, these don't have to just be seasonal. Like they're kind of just mystical, magical decor that could be out all the time.
They look good
All
on
the
the shelf
time.
year round.
Exactly. And the Labubus, we need more. So, or Lafufus, whatever the hell they're called. That
Gotta find some wounded ones.
we need to find some more because these are really cute.
Take the misfit toys and make them even more misfit.
I love it.
oddities.
I love it. Are you kidding? I love it. So, it's so funny because I'm gonna go here and then we'll talk about is there anything else we have these. What do we have here?
Ceramics as well.
Oh, yeah.
This is
another
homemade ceramics as
haunted
well.
house. It's got color changing bulb in it. It's
Can you
sitting
guys
here
see-
going
can
all
you see
kinds of
that
different
okay?
Colors. Let me move the barrel. Lafufu.
These are the ceramic houses. We've got a whole bunch of them over
They're
there.
so cool. We've got a whole village that we're gonna have set up closer to Halloween.
Now this is one of the larger ones. Of course, we have an even bigger one up front. And
when you walk
I
in the
must
door,
say
they
that
look
we've been gone a week, and Nikki, you did a great job on those, on keeping up with changing the stuff out there.
Displays.
And I'm going to tell you, I am not the nicest person when it comes to somebody messing with my display.
And I would like to see more of the monster magazines in the window.
They can't. We're actually taking those out.
because the sun, right?
Yes.
I know it's
Mhm.
hard.
Very temporary, just to
That's
fill
very
the hole
temporary.
in the
I love
window.
Yeah.
I love
So
The other thing on the homemade ceramics too is a lot of times when they were firing these in the classes, the people would put their names and dates on the bottom. So a lot of times there'll be a year as to when it was made.
I love seeing
This-
years on things.
And
Right.
it is fun, yeah, because the names, like this one was done by Lori, but she didn't date it. But her name is on the bottom.
excuse me as I walk off and grab my phone. I want to see if people were saying, "Oh, Kelly's my sister's watching. Hello."
Okay, sorry for the
And we should have probably watched and said, "Oh, congratulations! Oh, thank you, Sandra, for I'm assuming our
Anniversary.
anniversary."
Let's worry about the show.
It was
though.
old.
Look at me, I'm going at it. And we even started the countdown 5 minutes so that you didn't see me do that, and I still did it. But I want to answer questions too. He sees them as well.
Yeah, I put 'em on
So-
the screen, as you mentioned.
Oh, do you
I
really?
do.
Oh, yeah, they show up like when somebody asks them. He's good at putting them.
Oh,
up.
awesome!
Like
I
when
love
Daniel made
that.
a
But
comment
they're
the
not
one
getting
week.
answered.
No, they're getting answered.
He'll tell us if
He'll
it's
answer
important.
too. Yeah. Okay, so what else are we talking about here? What else do we have going on? What are your plans? You said you had a half of one done.
Oh yeah, so yet another way to
Mhm.
upcycle something. Vintage doll houses, like
Right.
kind of Barbie house size
Mhm.
ones. Deconstructing those and repainting them and making them into haunted houses. And I made
See, that's ideal. I
an
love that.
amazing one
Mhm.
like 2 years ago. It's a nice. I mean, it's tall. It's gonna be like a
Right.
big centerpiece. But I like boarded up all the windows
Mm-hmm.
and added. You can put the plastic LED tea lights inside. So you can.
Well, you
light
did
it
that
from
with this
within.
one.
Yeah,
You
these
put those
guys
little
have-
those little lights in
Oh,
it.
fun
that would
lights
be
in
like
them, too.
the house that's in the Thriller video, or like the fist is coming through the wood,
Yes.
the floor.
It kind of looks like the.
I'll grab the other piece.
It kind of
Like
looks
Psycho, or no, not Psycho. Yeah,
Yeah.
Evil Dead. I don't
So
yeah, that's good.
this isn't Evil Dead's my favorite.
know. I know
Don't grab that by that staff.
So I'm holding it. So this is a homemade ceramics.
another really
Another
well done one.
really well done, and it would sit like this. So homemade ceramics became really popular in the 90s, right?
It was big
Or
in the
60s as
and
well.
70s.
Yeah, my mom
But
remembers
collecting
going to, like,
them.
a ceramics class and making.
I remember my grandmother with those
Well,
Christmas
by the
trees.
80s and 90s, people were finding it at garage sales, and they had an appreciation of it again, and that's where the kind of current trend came from.
I want to show that she does.
Some cute
But
ones.
you
they're
never
not
saw
all
that.
evil.
All the ceramics I saw as a kid were dogs, bunnies,
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
But you
Grandma
never saw
stuff.
these,
No,
right?
grandma stuff.
Back in the 80s or 90s, I had a friend who had homemade ceramics in his basement. He had a bar where he had parties all the time, and he had two that his mother had made, and it gave me a completely new. My mom made potbelly stove lamps and rooster cookie jars and strawberry cookie jars.
Which would be
his-
all popular right now
his
because
mom-
cottagecore.
His mom made
Mhm.
18-inch figures of two hippies with peace signs
I
and
love
bell
that.
bottoms with their legs out hitchhiking.
I would
They
love
were
those
the
right
coolest
now.
things I'd ever seen. I could not believe they were homemade ceramics. And that gave me the urge to start looking for it.
Oh yeah, like
I've never come
the
across
Dungeons
those, and he wouldn't let me have them.
Yep.
Style ones are
Yeah.
amazing.
Some of it's just incredible. So it's not all just mundane kind of things. There's a lot of really cool molds out there.
I
Those
think it's
little
great.
ghosts, oh my god, they're the cutest thing.
You know what? I am going to take a picture of my. I am going to ask my sister to send me a picture of her front yard because she has some of this stuff in it, and it can show. Because my sister, she owns a plant company that she works with. That did you know that like Walmart and all of those and Home Depot, they don't own the plant sections. They lease those out to companies.
Huh.
And my sister's company is one of them. And so she, her whole yard, front and back, is completely covered in
Botanical
plants.
garden.
She's got a bathtub in her front yard, covered in plants, bright
Not
purple.
just a
It's
bathtub,
beautiful.
a clawfoot bathtub.
A
Of
clawfoot
course.
bathtub that is painted purple and it has all the plants in it.
She
It's
said
gorgeous.
people actually stop and take pictures next to it.
They do.
Oh yeah.
They do. Her creativity is
I
to.
like when people do
yeah.
like the spilling wheelbarrows or baskets, and they,
Well,
like the impatiens are like flooding out of
when-
it when they bloom.
When we went up to that place by the cabins, remember the flower beds?
Oh yeah.
When you were driving to smoke, it was when he still smoked, but you
That
had to
was
smoke off
20 years
grounds,
ago.
and it was like a quarter mile from the street, and you drive back to the cabins, and all along would be these manicured flower beds, and at the top of the flower bed would be a headboard.
Yeah,
an old
headboard.
And
So
it was
like a bed.
It was funny.
I thought it was the
that
coolest
was
thing.
great.
Clever.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, if you get to Jersey Shore, look up my sister. And you can see her front yard. Actually, just drive down the street, you'll find them in Seaside
my dog
Heights.
actually has a dog show there next month. We were thinking about maybe going.
In Seaside Heights?
In Jersey, I don't know.
Jersey's big.
I know. I'll
Mhm.
find out where
She's
specifically.
taking a truck to haul concrete.
I know.
I will give you the address.
I
No.
know. I'm like, Dan and I both have
Plus,
trucks,
you know
we can
what?
just bring some
She
stuff
is
back.
literally walking distance to the water and then to the breezeway water, and then less than a mile, I would say, from Jersey Shore, because you have to go up to the break.
Maybe a
I
mile or
will
two.
find out
She
the
was close, though.
logistics and see if this will be another another win.
So some of the things she says is on she wrote a bio in a third person perspective too, and which I thought was fantastic. I never saw that before. When you ask for a bio, you do a first person bio and a third person perspective bio, which I thought was interesting. And on the Jersey Shore lives an artist whose creativity knows no limits. Sheri Futch. Thank you, Sheri Futch. Art isn't a hobby. It's a very air she breathes. From the moment she painted Italian plateware for her family as a teenager, her hands have never stopped transforming ordinary into the extraordinary. And I think that's the motto for anybody who cannot live without art. And if you saw her house and her yard, you would see. I mean, she had stuff painted. She had frames on her fence that separated the front from the backyard. She had frames on them, and then she had pictures in them, but they were faded. And she goes, "Yeah, I got rid of them. I'm going to paint something new. I need to change it every so often." It was great.
Yeah, her stuff reminds me of my dad and I used to get garden art every year because the neighbor behind my parents' house has a big privacy fence, and the area where he'd said he had a little fountain and a porch swing, and then he'd cover the wooden fence with cool ceramic art and concrete art and plaques and things, and it kind of had this vibe too.
That is awesome. You did a post. We did a post together. Have you posted it yet? The 1 through 9?
No.
Okay, so we did a post. Which do you like? Post? Is that what you call them?
Well, yeah, it's like if you guys follow our Facebook, we had one with the salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
Like, which number is your favorite? We did a Pyrex stack one, so we did one with these bottles, and we want to post that tonight and give you guys a
pick your favorites and a closer look. So you'll be able to see those. And I mean, I could go on for hours about all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. You gotta come in and see it.
You
though.
have to come in and see it.
Even the pictures don't do it justice.
No.
Like in person, they just glow.
They do.
Just feel them. They just feel heft. They just feel quality.
I mean, these are the coolest things. These are great gifts too. $15. Come on. I mean, this is, you would probably be gaga over this if somebody gave it to you as a gift.
Oh yeah.
But look at the eyes.
Oh, I
there's
know.
just a little bit of glitter in the eye sockets.
Just
and
to
they're-
give them a
It's the little touches.
A
that make
little
the
bit of
difference.
They're
sparkle.
well painted. They're not flat monotone colors.
Isn't that cool? I
there's-
love it.
Even the cat's got a lot of depth in the
Yep.
fur and texture. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a cool looking cat.
So these are going to be available starting tomorrow, of course, because we'll have a big display. We're going to have some in our dark academia, and then of course the rest will be over here in oddities. So come and pick out what you want. Some of the heavy or
Concrete.
skulls, the big heavier ones, won't be on counters. They'll be either on the floor or somewhere where they won't break anything. Because hello, I
Yeah,
own
they
this
weigh a
place.
ton.
Which means I'm surprised I haven't broken them already.
That's why you're over there.
So anyways, I love these Labubus. I don't know why people aren't flocking in here for these. They're fantastic. So one of the things that we did, and we're getting close, we're 7:15, so we'll talk about a little bit about where we went in New York.
Oh, yeah.
So can you throw up the picture? We went to, okay, so tell us first how you heard about it.
I was just reading a magazine a couple years
Mhm.
ago, and it talked about how somebody was taking the old JFK
Arrow Saarinen.
Saarinen TWA terminal,
Mhm.
and they were converting it into a motel. And it just fascinated me, and I kind of forgot about it. And then a year or two ago,
Mhm.
we were talking about going, and it's just been put off and put off. And
Because we had to go to Washington, I'm like, well, that's only 4 hours from New York. And
because we were going to do it for my birthday the last 2 years.
We were. So we finally decided to go, and we only could stay one night because it is an expensive hotel. I'm not
They
going to lie to you.
actually rent it by the hour. You can go for 3 or 4 hours just so you can go through the premises.
It is literally the most expensive rent by the hour hotel I've ever been to.
But it makes sense since it's at the airport.
I'm heavy metal.
I meant it the way you understood it.
If you want to tour the airport, you can go put your stuff in your room.
You can.
You can change. You can
You can.
shower. And
Yep,
then if you
absolutely.
just need that amount of time, but that's not where
Well,
you're staying.
this is just
No,
the
no.
terminal.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
right. But,
Um,
like it's
Yep,
Yeah.
you rent the room and
But
you throw
a
your
lot
stuff
of the
down.
people we saw coming and going were all pilots and
Yep.
working for the airlines.
So
might just do
it's Howard Hughes and Eero Saarinen. And Saarinen. And if you don't know who Eero Saarinen is here in Michigan, the GM Tech Center,
He designed that.
that is his design. The Cranbrook, he helped design that. And then he did the Sydney Opera House. He did the Los Angeles Airport. He is known for his tulip tables.
Did you show pictures? I mean,
Yeah,
we
it's on
talked
there.
about
He's known for his tulip tables. He is extremely famous mid-century designer that changed the way we look at furniture and housing.
oh, he's like top 5 in any architecture or design class. Like that's a name you just
Yeah.
learn. Like
Yeah.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
But it was
And
really incredible.
It was incredible. And one wing was Eero Saarinen. The other wing was Howard Hughes, of course, because Howard Hughes, I don't need to
Well, he owned
elaborate.
TWA
Hopefully.
at one point.
He did, but he was also huge into flying.
Yeah.
Crazy man. And so
But what was really cool was on each, the main terminal was where a lot of the pictures we took were. But then they had hallways going
Mhm.
off to the 2 wings, the
Yeah.
Saarinen wing and the
Mhm.
Howard Hughes wing. And when you got to the end of the hallway by the elevators, if you peeked around the corner, there was a permanent display that you could walk into and walk around. One of them was a display of the TWA Howard Hughes's office at
which
TWA.
we got a fabulous
with a
shot
giant
of Steve
globe.
sitting behind
He's
it.
sitting at the desk.
No,
They
because
had-
we're gonna.
They had
I'm gonna say
fake
something. Yep.
drinks of scotch on the rocks or
Mhm.
something sitting there on the table. And then in the other one, there was a 1960s living room.
There was.
And it had
Yep.
all the accoutrements that would be
And then they had
involved.
all the outfits from the
And then
different
they had Saarinen's office
Yeah.
with like blueprints
drawing.
and his drawings.
his architectural
And
office.
I don't know that the pieces were original to them, but it was a representation of what it would have looked like in
Yeah.
the day. But to have all these available to you as well was just really kind of an added bonus.
So one of the reasons why you only get one collage with a few pictures on this is because Roberto and I were talking beforehand, and we are going to do a new show with this Eero Saarinen. It's Saarinen. I'll learn how to say the name before we do it. And one of my favorite architects, so I don't know how I don't know his name. It's
Just a tongue twister.
It's a tongue
One of
twister,
those
yeah.
funny rubber baby.
So we are going to do a different type of show. Steve and I are going to be sitting down and going through
like a commentary,
recap with, and you'll like it. So we don't want to give everything away about the hotel, because we did videos, we did all sorts of stuff there, and there is an episode going to be coming on this hotel. But I wanted you to know that it exists, because you have to go. And yes, it is a somewhat expensive hotel at an airport.
We rented the presidential suite.
We did. So you can rent regular rooms that are much
For
less
my birthday,
expensive.
2 months away. It's the only way to rationalize
and,
it.
but I'm going to tell you,
I you know what?
it was.
I've spent more money on less
worse.
and been less. It was well worth it.
Good.
It was
More
well
money
worth
on
it.
worse.
Yeah.
So anyways, look for that coming. I don't have an ETA, because we literally just got back this past weekend, and I just hit Roberto with that today.
But we got there at 5 o'clock, and we spent 5 hours going over the entire building. We even got
did.
pictures of the conference centers in
Yep.
the basement.
One of
They left the door open.
They did, and I went running in there.
Bar.
Isn't that awesome?
Well, that's the
I
main
know.
floor.
It looks like the set of like Mad Men.
It is,
and,
like-
Pan Am.
Yep.
Like just.
Yep.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
So one of the things that blew me away, and I'm not going to get too much in it. First of all, there's an airplane that you can go in, but we went to dinner. I made reservations at the Paris Cafe, and because I found it so unique that they did this. What they did was they based their entire menu off from a 1960s airplane menu, TWA airplane menu. Of course, they updated the food, but yeah.
Flying used to be.
Oh,
It used to be,
absolutely.
oh, yeah.
It was high end,
It
and
was-
people dressed
But
up
you
for
should
it,
see
and-
this menu, what they had on it, and it was for everybody.
It serves lobster thermidor and
Mhm.
I
People,
No.
you won't believe this. People used to wear socks when they went on a plane.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Men wore
Pajama pants now.
literally. Oh, you're lucky if you get that.
They
They
make hoodies that have like sleepy masks in them for airplanes now.
they literally, the men wore suits with ties,
Oh, yeah.
and the women wore dresses with heels, and the children were dressed up, and it was an event.
Well, a lot of the flight
But it was
attendants
also a lot easier to get
still
on and off.
Are similar.
well, that was the other thing is they had two display, probably about 50 foot, maybe with 15 to 20 different mannequins, and they had the TWA stewardess uniforms from the very first ones
Oh,
all the
Mhm.
way
years.
through. But a lot of them, like it was Oleg Cassini.
It
was
was
all
Christian
designers.
Dior.
Oh,
It
yeah, they
was,
were
I mean,
beautiful.
top designers did those.
Yeah,
Wow.
And they literally showed you how they did it, and not one waist was bigger than a 22. It was crazy.
They used to recruit
They would weigh them.
stewardesses like the Rockettes. I mean,
Yep.
you had to be
Yeah.
a look, a size, a weight, a height, and
Daniel says socks on a plane are overrated.
Yeah.
Remember that when you fly with
yeah, I
him.
don't want to sit near that.
Yeah, right.
Well, one of the other things they had, and I'll just tell you about it, but you'll see the pictures later, was they kept talking about cocktails with Connie, and we didn't
Yeah.
know what they were talking
I know.
about.
I'm like, who's Connie?
Well, they have what I assume is a Constellation
I gotta stop.
airplane out front, right in front of the terminal, and
That
it's
and it just
old. It's been there since. I mean,
frames
it's,
my belly. Frames my belly.
It's been there a long time, but it's
Mhm.
probably a 1950s version. But you go up the ramp just like you
I
see
could
people
barely
in
fit
the
in
old
the
ones
door.
waving with the
I
TWA
had
on
to
the
do
side of the
this
ramp.
Just to
And you
get
go
in.
inside, and it's an actual 1950s airplane with all the original seats,
I had
and you
feet
can look in the
room.
cockpit, but you can just sit down in the old school seats and have a drink or order
Yep.
a drink, and you go to the
It was
bar
fun.
in the back and order a drink. But it was permanently sat there. It was just for
Mm-hmm.
cocktails with Connie.
It was a lot of fun. So if you get a chance and you're flying and you
By the
have
way,
a
we didn't
layover.
order a cocktail, so I don't know how expensive they were. But I
No,
got a
because they
feeling
told us
were
we had
up
to make a
there.
reservation right then and there. I'm like, there's nobody in here. Anyways, so if you're going and you're flying somewhere and you have a layover in New York, pick the JFK and go see it, because it doesn't cost anything to walk through it.
But one thing, beware of the JFK Beltway.
No, don't ever go to Staten Island. Oh my
The
God.
traffic. We were
We were
going there and
20
leaving
miles
there.
from the airport, 20 miles on the Beltway,
Oh.
on Staten Island. 20 miles. I could have gotten out and walking it quicker. It literally took us 2 hours for 20 miles. 2 hours. We were like, stop.
We
The
know,
only
we
traffic-
were getting angry play-by-play Facebook updates from
Oh
Jason.
my
about
God,
how
I was
far
so
they-
over it. Well,
He said once. He was like, we've gone like
Oh.
0.5 miles.
0.5 miles, literally.
And
And there
all
was
we kept
nothing to look at.
watching in the rearview mirror, in the side view mirror,
Oh,
I'm just watching all these cars barreling down the shoulder,
the
just
shoulder.
passing everybody and getting up front and then cutting in front. I mean, there must have been 200-300 cars
So
that passed
on the
us.
way there, I'm like, okay, this hotel better be worth it. This hotel better fucking be worth it, because 2 hours. It literally was 80 miles from my sister's house, and it took us 4.5 hours to get there.
Ugh.
And so we get there. It was worth it and everything, under construction, the airport. But then on the way back, it was what? Sunday? No, it was Friday night.
Friday at 11 a.m.
Friday at 11 a.m. So after, oh no, we were the exact
Same
same
thing.
freeway, just going the opposite way.
For about the first 5 miles, it was cruising. And then all of a sudden on the map, on the dashboard, it showed red. And all of a sudden it just stopped.
I'm
And
going
we
to
were
tell
just
you,
sitting there.
I'm excited when I'm in New York. Am I not? I am a little kid in a candy store when I go to New York, and I don't care where, because I love New York. And after an hour, I'm like, Steve, I don't ever want to come here again.
And I
Can't
do
do
not
it.
have fond memories of the Verrazano Bridge.
And he was excited about going over it.
I'm like, I heard of that a lot, but by the time we got to it, I had no appreciation.
And I got to tell you, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, huge. It puts all the San Francisco bridges to shame.
But
anyway, so come on in. We're going to have all of this. Sorry, we went on a tirade about that, but you will see a better
that beltway bullshit.
You will see. It goes in this jar of dicks.
Here, take all those bad memories and shove them in the dick
Look
jar.
at that use of color and depth and texture and
And
veining.
it's full of the beltway. So come and check it out, because it's a lot of fun, and we had a blast with Sheri and with my sister Kelly. And one of these days I will tell you the story of my sister Kelly and I, but not today because we're running out of time. And then I'll post pictures and stuff, because she's been here twice. I've only been to her house once, and I'm already hearing it. So actually, I need to spend more time. And I was there for 5 hours.
You've been there twice?
Yeah, I've been there for 5 hours. No. She's been here for our wedding, and then I went to
So we've been there twice. She's been here
no,
once.
I went to her son's house, not her house.
It's closer to her house than ours.
So
counts as 2.
I stayed at Anthony's house, which is in a different state, so it's not that much closer. So anyways, come and see all of
He
this,
digresses.
and
Yeah,
pick up a Labubu, pick up one of these fantastic art pieces by Sheri. It's too cool. So we were supposed to have Steve Shipp from the Mythos Museum today, and one of his employees got injured, so he could not come. So we want to wish him well, the employee who was injured.
Well, they're on deadline.
And they're on
countdown
deadline
too,
because Mythos Museum sits in the same building or right behind Erebus Haunted House. And we all know Erebus. I've been trying to get Roberto to come do a show in Erebus, but he just will not do it. He's done it before.
This is how you
We're
get
gonna
Yeah.
have to find a
No,
less-
because then it'll all be like this the whole way through it.
We're gonna have to find a less scaredy cat cameraman that will actually not. Shake
You know
the
what? You
camera
love
all
haunted
the way.
houses,
for
you don't.
children?
I know.
We'll do
So,
it with the lights on.
but really, I don't think a show inside of a haunted house is actually the best way, because you can't really see
No,
anything.
no.
So we are going to go up to the Mythos Museum. We are going to do a show there in October, but we have a lot going on in October. We have I will be on stage for my first time in a pinup contest, and it is an all-male pinup contest, and that just sounds wrong. And so I will be Prince Charming, and the opposite of Prince Charming, really. So you will
Happy anniversary.
trust me, you will see. I'm going to have Liberty spikes. I'm going to have piercings. I'm going to be Prince Uncharming. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to walk out on that stage. But if you don't know it, that was my childhood. So when did I get rid of my
Marilyn
mohawk?
shaking her head.
When did I get rid of my mohawk?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Isn't that awful? And it's coming back. So anyways, we've got that coming October. There is the Thriller Dance in October. that they're going to break the record.
St.
You
Clair
might even want to join
Shores.
that. That's in Romeo.
St. Clair Shores has
St.
all
Clair
the
Shores
haunted house
Haunting.
trail thing.
Halloween's coming. We're a very busy season.
Come
So
help. We'll help you pick out costumes. We have
absolutely.
so much stuff here.
She is posting 20 nights of...
Yeah, just like 31 Nights of Halloween, where they have all the movies every night in October. Every night in October, I will post a piece of our garments and then a juxtaposed picture of who you could dress as with something from our store.
There you go. So if you need some help, come on in. Really last thing I want to show you, and now that we've been at the hour mark, I can show you. This right here, Steve came across. When is this from?
Probably 1940s, 50s.
1940s, 50s. People were nasty back then. And I love it because look at this.
Risque Nodder.
Can you see it right here?
Go like face. Yeah, like face.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
You see her legs up. She's got a fan and everything. What do you think she is? Tell me what you think she is. I am going to tell you anyways, because I always say that and then tell you.
A prostitute.
Well, yes, but she is she's a smoker.
Yes.
She's what they call a smoker. And you know what? If Susie's watching this, she collects smokers. It's a smoker. As you can see on this side,
This
there's
is
a
more of an
place for your ashtray, right? Ashtray. And you've got her leg up, right? That has a hole, and the smoke is to come out. And the fan, the smoke causes the fan to fan. So she's fanning herself.
Because it's hot down there.
Because it's hot down there. But I had to show you because it's hilarious. And I love fun novelty pieces from the 40s because they are nasty back then.
Classy.
We really need to do
Classy. I love that.
Time Warp After Dark. We got
I
dick
know, right?
faces and
Isn't that hilarious?
And
You can
Nikki.
sit right next to the dick face.
smoking hoochie coochie.
Why you gotta come in
ashtrays.
here?
But I have to show you, you find these things, and these things are absolutely wild. Steve, what I know that somebody actually gave this to us to bring in, but don't you look for stuff like this all the time?
It's
All the
just
time.
Not something you find. Something
No.
that odd, that unique, people keep. You know, if someone
do.
remembers seeing that in grandma's house, that's the first
Mhm.
thing the kid wants, the nephew, the cousin, the niece.
And I'm going to tell you, you see
So
the paint coming
You
off?
just don't see them come out.
It's cold paint. It means it was painted after it was fired, so you want to wash it very carefully.
Oh yeah, red cold paint comes off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So anyways, it's an ashtray, a smoker, and she fans herself. And it's like I said, it's part of the cabaret back then. It's craziness.
Look at the leg.
Look at the leg, just it's saying I'm here. So anyways, we're coming to an end, 2 minutes over. Any last words? How was your weekend real quick? You still have 2 weekends left,
I
right?
have 2 weekends left. This past weekend was Shamrocks and Shenanigans. So it was a lot of
I should go just for the shenanigans.
Irish and, leprechauns running around.
A bunch of crazy drunk Irish and
A
leprechauns.
lot of crazy drunks. I mean, that's kind of always. Next weekend is Harvest Huzzah, which is also like a very witchy Halloween themed weekend.
For
So
Harvest.
I'm in the
Mhm.
Witches Guild. We do a potion quest, like trading.
Mhm.
There's always like little side things you can find
Right.
to do at fair. So next weekend will be lots of witchy costumes.
And you only have 2 left, right?
Yep,
Next
that one,
weekend and then the last one.
Sweet Endings is the
Sweet
last
endings.
weekend.
Okay.
And then and then I'll be back around.
So
for
2
our
weekends if you want to go up to the Renaissance Festival and see the
Amazing
Yeah,
flesh.
amazing
Fleck.
Fleck and of course his wench.
His
So
ball handler.
no, his ball handler. I like that better. So and this is right up your alley, this style.
Mhm.
Steve, any last words before we get going?
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you too. 8 lovely years.